Welcome in, everyone, to the State 48 podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Matthews, bringing you all things AZ. And today, to launch season 3.
Oh, season 3, the launch?
Yeah.
We love that.
I was about to sing something for you, but
my bad.
No.
Let me hear it.
No. Futuristic here, kicking off season 3. I'm not the singer nor rapper.
You might be.
I'm not. I am not.
I feel like if I wrote you a verse, you could lay it.
No, but it's okay.
Gonna happen.
He's gonna be the one rapping, singing. Maybe. Do you like to be put on the spot like that or no? Because
I just randomly rap and sing?
I respect artists.
I'm like low key halfway retired. I feel like, but no, I can rap about pretty much anything.
Okay,
for sure.
Rap about.
Oh no, you don't. See,
what?
Come on.
I just said.
Come on.
Put you on the spot. Okay, we'll do that later. Because
Okay.
First, I like to start off all my podcasts with a little game.
Okay.
Don't worry. You look
Never
nervous
have
there.
I ever. Please
No,
don't.
never have I ever. We do finish the blank or fill in the blank kind of thing. Okay, just
Okay.
to get to know you a little better for the fans here watching.
Okay.
Okay, ready? First one. When I was younger, I wanted to be.
A rapper.
Really?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
I've been making music since I was 5 years old. I've been recording music since I was 6, doing shows since I was 6. So yeah, I always knew this was it.
I have a 5-year-old. I need to be like, get on it. Start rapping now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's grind time. What's his name?
Elias,
come on. If you seeing this, I'm gonna need you to get to it. If you want to come to the studio, we got you.
Yeah.
You and Mom about to drop a collab.
No, his favorite singer is Bad Bunny, though. I guess
Okay.
that's kind of like a
That's cool.
Hispanic rapper.
Yeah. We got beats for that.
Yeah. All right. My favorite hobby is
Basketball.
and I
1000%.
clearly know who your team is.
Yeah, you know, you have to be a Suns fan.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was not a Suns fan when I moved here.
Where are you from?
I was a Kobe fan, but I'm from Illinois.
Okay.
I'm from Illinois, but Kobe is like what made me love basketball.
Makes sense.
So yeah, but definitely Suns. Let's go Suns for sure.
Go Suns.
I'm still hurt about the playoffs.
Well, yeah, we could talk about that. Coaching change, maybe not. No, okay. Something that would surprise you about me is.
Ooh. Something that would surprise you about me is. Dang.
Thinking face is on.
Surprise you about me. I don't know. I'm a foodie.
Okay.
Maybe that would surprise people. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. What
Maybe.
kind of food? All food?
All food. I kind of was picky growing up, and then I feel like I'm a foodie now because I'm still trying new things that I was always too scared to try. So yeah, I definitely enjoy food.
What's something like you had never tried before and now love?
All vegetables.
Okay.
I literally never ate vegetables growing up.
Every kid, right? After like
Some kids, like my nephew, he eats everything, and it's crazy. He's like 1 in 4 months, and he can eat a whole McDonald's breakfast. It's wild, but he'll eat anything. Where my son, very, very picky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but vegetables, I never really ate vegetables until I was like 23.
We appreciate them now. It's good as we get older
Yeah,
and wiser.
Love them. Love them.
I want people to know that.
I want people to know that you can do anything that you want to in life. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself, and enjoy it. Enjoy the journey.
Boom. That sounds like a quote by
Come on.
Futuristic.
Come on.
My top 3 priorities in life are?
Oh, top 3, husband, father, and business, I would say. Those are like my top 3.
Pillars.
Yeah, those are the things that every day are the main focuses.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so for people that don't know who Futuristic is, what you're all about, please share all the things with us and how you got here.
Yeah, so Futuristic has been my rap name, or my artist name, I should say, since I was maybe 7.
I love that. Just so young, knew you wanted to be a rapper, and here's my name.
Yeah.
Let's create a
and
brand.
My brother's friend gave me the name because it's like, oh, this young kid, he's rapping, he's the future, but he raps really fast, and he's this and he's that. What is he? He's futuristic. He's a bird, he's a plane, one of those. So yeah, Futuristic, been my name my whole life, basically. And started off with just wanting to be an artist, wanting to be a rapper. And from there, I think that also I played every sport, so I've always been like a team player, been captain of pretty much every team I played. So it's always been like looking out for other people too. So once I made it as an artist, moved back to Arizona and I guess, settled down and started businesses to help other artists and people in the entertainment industry, from Indie Amplify, opening One Take Studios with Jacob Owens and Ryan. Started a clothing line that was partnered with the Suns and was in Zoomies, Sheesh World.
Right.
And then I manage 6 artists right now, and I have vehicles that artists can rent, and I do real estate. So I do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess artist turned entrepreneur for sure.
Truly. And we'll talk about that journey, but let's start there with music and rapping, obviously falling in love at a very young age. Who did you kind of just look up to and wanted to emulate as a young kid?
I think that it started just because my dad is a musician still to this day. Drummer, bass player, DJ, professional wedding DJ. And so I was always just going to his gigs. And so my older brother was rapping, and then my other brother started producing, so he was making our beats and then we were rapping. And I just remember watching the VMAs as a kid and being like, you know, this is like Bow Wow Romeo times.
Oh gosh.
You know, so we're like, we could do that. We're nicer than Bow Wow and Romeo, you know what I'm saying? We thought so. So yeah, it just started there, and it kind of just became an obsession of like, how are we gonna make it? You know, so yeah. That's how it all started. I guess early influences outside of the family was like Ludacris, Busta Rhymes.
See how Luda.
Yeah, all the animated like the cool videos. Missy Elliott, Eminem, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris. Yeah, those were like my first. Will Smith, of course, because he didn't really curse. So those were like my first influences, I would say.
I was just talking to someone the other day, like, I miss watching the top 10 music videos of the week. Like, you get to vote, MTV.
I was just on, do you remember 106 in Park?
Yes, absolutely.
I was just on AJ's Instagram yesterday, AJ and Free.
Yes.
I was just like, wow, this is crazy. He's like old and, you know, put on a little weight, and he don't have the dreads no more.
No way.
And I was just like, damn.
Those were the times where you just sat in front of your television.
Got home from school.
I need to move my hands. But you sit there, yes, you are guessing, or you're writing it down, like which video. I used to do that, or then I would learn the dances to them. Loved it. That was a time.
Yeah. Yeah, what a time to be alive.
And I know you're a visual artist too, so that, I'm sure.
For sure.
You play into that. You miss that, I'm sure, in the music industry too.
Yeah, the music industry took such a it's crazy. I'm not old, but I feel like I'm a boomer, as they say. It's just like, yo, like, I get why parents are always like, oh, in my day it's this, because I really be feeling like that.
When we talk about these artists like Luda, Bow Wow.
This is the difference, though. When I was a kid, like, and I'm sure you're the same way, like, we knew music from the 80s and the 70s and the 60s. Kids today literally don't know who T-Pain is or Akon or
they know
any
what's
of those.
On TikTok.
It's so crazy. Like, my little brother, he's 19 years old, and he didn't know who DMX was.
You're kidding me. 19
years old. I'm like, you know that song, Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind? And he said, oh yeah, up in here, up in there. I said, fam.
Oh, maybe he's just bad at lyrics. No, That's me. That's
no, he had to move out. After that, I'm like, you got to move out, my boy. Money Mike. That was it. That was the final straw.
I saw a video yesterday that was talking about, not yesterday, but this week, where this girl she found like an old cassette player at like a Goodwill, and she kept calling it a cassette. And then she said, I found this I found this cassette from the store as well. Let's listen to it. It's got I think it was Cocktails, so it was like a Tom Cruise movie. But she's like, this is a bunch of like late 1900s music, so we can listen to that. And I was like, oh no.
Late 1900s is crazy.
No. That is
I was born in the late 1900s.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I don't feel old regularly, but that was like, ugh.
Oh yeah, having younger siblings will definitely age you. Yeah. He's my youngest, and he's 19. And when he moved in with me for a couple years, and
oh, God bless you.
I was just like, yo, his junior and senior year of high school. And I was just like, yo, this is insane.
I hope you took him to like rap school. Did you after that, did you like, come here, young fella?
He was more into sports, so we did more of the sports stuff for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's wild. It's wild.
Well, it has changed so much, and I still consider us younger, but if you look at the span, probably when you started making music to now, what is the biggest thing you would say has changed?
There's just way more out there. Like there's 120,000 songs released a day.
Wow.
120,000 songs released every single day on Spotify. And so it's like, it's cool because everybody has access and everybody can make music.
True.
And music is subject to opinion. So you can't say this guy's the best or this guy's the best because there's a lane and a niche for everybody. But I think that's the thing is there's just like people are so easily influenced. People are so attached to their phones. And now anybody and everybody can get on a microphone and make a song or start a podcast or make a YouTube channel and do all these different things, where back in the day it was like you were fed the people or it was harder to do it, so not as many people were doing it, you know. So it's oversaturated. You know, it's oversaturated, and it's cool and it's whack at the same time. It's like, it's really dope that so many people can make a living doing creative things, but it's also like, damn, a few years I don't know who's gonna work at, you know, Burger King or anything anymore. People don't want to work anywhere because everybody is trying to be a creative, and I think it's a beautiful disaster.
That you just named the title of this podcast.
Beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster.
For sure.
People will definitely click on that. Like, what's about to go down here?
The world is a beautiful disaster.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, truly. And you implement social media in the mix of that, like you said, and just people wanting that notoriety within seconds, right?
Everybody wants to be famous.
Let me go viral. That's going to get me the money when it doesn't. But you know what I mean? It's just that mentality of no one putting in that actual hard work and playing the long game.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur now, you understand that, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah. Well, it's easier to blow up now than ever, but it's harder to sustain. Everything's easier. You can have a viral moment. Like, how many viral moments? Viral moments used to last like a month.
True.
You know, you go viral, it's like you're the talk of the world for like a month. Now it's like you could go viral, but there's 1,000 other people that go equally as viral the same day or more. So it's different.
Or if you don't have a plan in place for that moment, right?
Yeah,
if you're actually not creating something that is sustainable, that you can then feed people into, it's like, then what's the point?
Yeah, you lose the momentum. You can lose the momentum in 24 hours.
Yeah, we're going off here, but it's very futuristic.
Yeah,
okay, I love this quote because I asked you what your favorite quote was, and you said, and it plays right into this, make sure you're happy in real life, not just on the internet.
Yeah.
Unpack that.
I made that as a shirt a few years back, and it was just literally how I was feeling, and I was just like, I want to put this on a shirt. I just want people to see it. And that shirt just sold like crazy. So then I started putting it on bags, and it's kind of just became like a quote, my slogan, I guess you could say, you know. And it's exactly that. It's just make sure you're happy in real life, not just on the internet. I think that so many times, myself included, we all fall victim and fall trap to the internet, where it's like you're comparing yourself to this guy, you're comparing yourself to this person's life or this person's career, and none of us show the negatives necessarily.
Right.
Or some people do show the negatives, but regardless, it's just, you can sit on the internet all day and compare yourself, and you can sit on the internet and make yourself look very, very happy. And so I just encourage people to live their real life. Make sure that you put that phone down. Make sure that you go enjoy time with your family, with your friends. Make sure that you go do the things that fill up your cup instead of aimlessly scrolling. And it is an addiction.
Yes.
It's probably the biggest addiction that we all suffer from. Like, everybody you see will at some point in the day be scrolling, you know, aimlessly for no reason.
Yeah.
So and then with everybody wanting to be a creative, like, you almost chalk it up to like, oh, I have to do it. I have to know what's going on. I have to see who's popular because I have to copy what they do. So it's a whole.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think you really pride yourself on being genuine, of being authentic, being you. But how do you stay true to that while you're kind of looking at the landscape of what is poppin', what is a trend that you can obviously help elevate your platform as an artist? Like, how do you just stay true to that?
I think that following trends, you can do things that are trends, but they have to apply to you. Like, anything that you do just has to be authentic. So even like when I do consulting sessions with artists, I always tell them like, okay, what 5 things make you you? And then like
5 pillars.
If you're going to do a trend, then like it has to apply to one of these or it doesn't make sense. Like, you don't want to go outside of this because, like you said, you could catch a moment or anything in life. If you start doing, it's like working a job you don't like. If that's not what you love, you're going to be unhappy. So same thing goes with even creatives. It's like cool. If you don't like to dance and all of a sudden now you danced and popped off, now you have to do that or else your page is going to die. And now your career is based off something you don't like doing.
Right.
So it's like, if you don't want to do stupid dances, then don't do dances.
Stupid
Yeah.
TikTok challenge dances that we're talking about, because I love those.
No, I'm just saying. If
but that's me. I love to dance.
So yeah, it just depends on what your niche is.
Totally,
So yeah,
totally. Because then you're like you said, you're just trapped into playing up and feeding into a persona that's not truly you.
right.
And then that's where you experience the burnout, the fatigue,
Right.
and all of that. It's almost like I always say to people, and I'm not no huge content creator by any means, but I do, work a lot online, and I try to make that rule of thumb of like, create more, consume less.
Yes.
Because the more you can, if you are passionate about something, if you want to utilize social media to the beauty of it and what it can be, do more of the creating and less of what's out there, the consuming. And then you are able to then create more that's authentic to you than just
your own. You can tell your own story and create your own brand, where if you're copying somebody else, you're always going to be late.
True. Ooh.
So yeah.
We're dropping bombs here.
Mad
Quotes, new
gems.
shirts.
Pew,
New
pew,
shirts coming. I
pew.
want a shirt like that. Can I still get, or is it too, is it?
Which one? This
the,
one?
Your quote.
Oh, to make sure you're happy in real life, I'll make one.
Yeah.
I'll bring them back just for you.
Okay.
For sure. Matter of fact, we'll just print them here.
Yeah. I know some people back there.
There we go.
Nick over there waving.
The
You
State
can't see
48.
We can handle
I think
it.
that's the collab. You heard it here first. Futuristic State 48 T. Make sure you're happy in real life, not just on the internet. Dropping, what month is it? June? I'm thinking...
Back to school.
Back to August.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say August. Late August, early September.
We can make that happen. I'm
Boom.
a guy who oversees some people.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. It's
We
dropping.
only just have the co-creator here in the room.
There we go.
Can't take any
Just be
credit.
authentic.
Just be authentic. That's
Just-
another shirt we can do.
Yeah.
So going back to your journey, when was it that you felt like, hang on,
Oh, you're good. I'm a quiet drinker. Feel me?
pinky up though? He had the pinky
A
up.
labelless water bottle with the pinky up.
They're not paying me to drink this
Class.
water.
We had to take the labeling off. State 48 only. Look at, he's so careful right now. If you're listening, you have no idea what's going on. Just stay with us. Smooth.
Delicate maneuvers to sip the water.
So in your journey, hey, I have those shoes.
Yo,
Okay,
it's so comfortable.
So comfortable.
Very dirty, but so comfortable.
So great. Okay, rewind. When in your journey was it that you felt like, did you have a moment where you made it, quote unquote, where you were like, wow, things are really moving along?
Yeah. It's crazy. Everybody's definition of making it is different, right?
True.
So I would say there was probably a lot of moments before that moment in which I thought I had made it, and then you realize you didn't, right? So the moment in which I would say the moment that changed my life was Nerd Raps in Compton. I did this prank called Nerd Raps in Compton. I went in the hood and rapped super fast, dressed like a nerd, with another Arizona local, Big Dawes TV. And so it premiered on his YouTube channel. I had just heard that it was smarter to upload videos straight to Facebook instead of post YouTube links, because Facebook was just, at this point in time, we're talking about 2015, they were trying to launch their video.
Right.
So they were super boosting videos. So I'm actually on tour at the time. So I'm already, I already have a fan base. I'm already doing shows. I lived in LA. And anyways, I'm on tour, and I posted it in the hotel room right before I went to sound check. It's like a 12-minute drive to the venue. By the time I got to the venue, it had so many likes and so much interaction and so much just everything. It was just going crazy.
Right.
And that was the moment I knew it was over. I'm like, it's a wrap. And then the sales started coming in, and I'm #1 on iTunes, and I'm this and I'm that, and the tickets for the shows, because I'm on tour in real time, I'm seeing there was 80 tickets sold to the show, now there's 250. And then the album drops and it goes crazy. And I don't like to talk about money in a braggadocious way, but for artists on the come up, I moved to LA with $20,000 in my pocket. It's not that much money. By the time that song dropped, I was down to having $8,000 in my pocket.
Wow.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to move back. I got 2 months worth of burn before I had to move back to Arizona, and I think I had been out there for maybe 6 months. And so when that dropped, the first week it made $60,000 off of one song. And talk about being prepared for the moment. It was like, thank goodness it happened when it did, because I already had a bunch of other music out. So if that would have been my first song and people could only buy that song or only stream that song, then I wouldn't have made all the other money. But because people binge watched everything all at once and went and bought all my songs on iTunes and streamed them and did whatever, the number was so much greater. So it's like, you know, on your journey, if you're listening to this or watching this, on your journey, it's like, yo, I was at the bottom, or going, you know, I felt like I was gonna have to move back to Arizona and all this stuff, and then I had my moment. And that one moment has set me up for everything that I do today. So yeah, that was the moment where I knew I made it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's different. And then it was go time. So yeah, from that moment forward, it was just like tour, show, album, tour, shows, like album, this thing. Yeah, it's like 200 days on the road out the year, like just going crazy. Music videos, everything, nonstop.
There's a lot there that you hit on, because I think a little bit of the lesson in that is you could have given up, right, when you were down.
Right.
And you didn't see, you were planning for maybe your exit at that point, like got to go back home, got to refigure things out. So what is your, again, you kind of hit it a little bit, but what's your message to people in those moments where you're at that level before kind of like the hockey stick moment that you experienced?
Yeah, I mean, it's very... I mean, keep going, you know, just keep going. It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen that meme of like the two dudes digging underground trying to get to the gold, and one dude turns around right here, and then the other dude keeps going, and then he gets all the gold, and it's like, this dude was this close. And in today's landscape, you're a moment away. You're a moment away from your life completely changing. And that could happen at any age. There's people where it happens at 60. Crazy enough. There's people that get rich at 60 years old, 70. So, you know, I think, and two, if you're living in your purpose and doing what you love, just keep doing it.
Yeah. I always visualize the idea, and who is it? Ed Milet. He always talks about the piñata idea. Have you ever heard of it? Where you're at a birthday party, you have kids, and everyone is pounding and making a dent in the piñata. So you think of it like in your life goal or whatever you're pursuing. You're hitting the piñata, but you're not seeing it break open, right? But you're not noticing the dents and like the way that you're actually getting closer and closer to the prize, the candy, the busting it open, that feeling. And a lot of people walk away before that next hit.
Yeah.
And that's what explodes. That's like that moment they've been waiting for, and they don't notice those small steps, those small things that they did to get to that.
Right. And consistency is key, being consistent. And I'll say too, on the back end of everything, I think that your goals and your dreams and everything in life change. And I think from like tapping in and kind of touching everything that I wanted to, it's like, it's okay for your goals to change. I think a lot of people get stuck on something, and like your goals can change. And as long as you're living in your field and you're doing what you love, then it's like I thought I wanted to be the most famous rapper in the world. That's what I thought as a kid, right? And then as I learned the music business, I was like, yo, I do not want to be that famous.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it's okay to adjust and shift. And
absolutely.
And as long as you are making sure you're happy in real life, not just on the internet, not putting so much pressure on that thing, then I think people can have dope lives without, you know,
the pressure of just
what they think they have to do.
I think it's too honoring the season that you're in. I think if you look back to 2015 and all that happened, you go on tour, you're living that, you know, that lifestyle. Now it's a very different season for you. You're a father, you're a husband, you're rooted here in Arizona. Right. And you're not quite living that same lifestyle. So at what point did you realize that your goals and your dreams were changing?
It's so crazy. Once again, the time frame is so crazy, but like literally 2016.
A year after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think I had grinded my entire life, like I said, since I was 5 years old, right? And it was, I was just touring nonstop from like 2012 to 2016. And I finished my world tour, my first headline world tour, and I was just laying on stage just dead, like, yo. And it wasn't like I wanted to like quit or anything like that. I think at that moment I realized like I did it. it's okay for me to now go enjoy life. Because I had never taken a vacation. Even on tour, I was the most frugal one. Like, I had the most money at that point out of my whole camp, but like, I was still the one like eating McDonald's and like trying to be cheap with everything, and like we got to stay in cheaper hotels and whatever else, even though we were making a ton of money on these tours. And I think when that tour ended, I was like, yo, I just want to live. And so from that moment forward, like 2017, I just traveled. I just went everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Like, yeah, I was just like, I just want to travel and have fun and like spend time with the people that I rock with. And, you know, and I think I started becoming a better man and a better person in 2017 after I realized like, hey, there's more to life than just this one thing.
Right. Where did you go? We love good travel stories.
I went on a bunch of cruises, so I could hit like 7 spots.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done like Italy, Greece, all the Caribbean multiple times. So like the Jamaicas, Kauai, every part of Hawaii basically. Puerto Rico.
Nice.
Where else have I been? Europe, Australia.
All over.
Yeah. So
All over.
it was just like really discovering just the love for life. I would say I don't think I found my love for life until 2017.
Did you completely unplug?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll never unplug. I don't think it's possible for me to unplug. I'll always be doing some sort of business, some with music. I love it. I think that it was just like the fact, almost like I would feel bad if I celebrated. I would feel bad if I wasn't working. I never took a day
That
off.
guilt.
Yeah, it was like guilt of like, we got to keep going,
running.
but like in an unhealthy way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is, and you said you have younger siblings, right?
Yeah.
How many?
I'm one of 8, and I'm in the middle.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
Dang.
Yeah.
God bless.
So yeah,
All the fam.
wild family.
So you're right in the middle. So you have this younger generation here that is like, I think we're fed into that mentality of grind mode, beast mode, you know, go hard all day. Like, what is your messaging now, or what do you try to, I mean, even with your kids, you know, if you think about it, they're still young, but.
Well, I think that life is the biggest inspiration. So at the end of the day, if you're not inspired in life, you're not going to be able to make great art, and you're not going to be able to focus, and you're not going to be able to be as efficient as you would like to be. So my advice to people is like, a lot of times we feel burnt out. You're burnt out because you're doing too much. So you need to go take time and live life. So like, even people ask me how I drop so much music, even still to this day. I've dropped a song every week this year.
What?
Some weeks 2 songs.
Dang.
But I recorded them all in a week. Every single song I dropped, I recorded it in a week. And then I haven't really wrote or recorded anything since. So it's like I recorded maybe 40 songs in 2 weeks, actually. Something like that. But I had to go live life first. So I have new things to talk about. So I have new perspectives. You know, you have to meet new people, have new experiences, talk to an old man at a bar. You know what I'm saying? Go to a spot you've never been. Go through a struggle you've never been through. Help somebody else. Whatever the case may be, if you're feeling burnt out in any field, it's time to go live life.
Full inspiration.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And even in other countries, you'll like they do that. Like they have literally scheduled nap times and scheduled family times and holiday like.
Sign me up for the siesta. I lived in Spain for a little bit, and I was all about. I was like, what?
Yeah.
We're all agreeing to this time.
Every business is closed down.
Closed down.
Yeah.
And then when they reopen, that's like their happy hour, but it's like a 2-hour long. Enjoying coffee, conversation,
every
pastries.
meal's like that. Yeah.
Every meal's so long.
Yeah.
And then you go back home and you prepare for dinner that you don't eat until 10 p.m. And you're at the dinner table till about 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Literally just talking, eating. And then it's time to go out.
Right.
Then it's the nightlife until like 7 in the morning. I'm like, I can't,
It's
love
different.
this.
It's different.
I can't keep up, but I love this.
Yeah, I think
really
we're, everything here is rushed.
So true.
We're just
Meals,
in a rushed culture.
all the
yeah.
things.
It's right back to exactly what you guys just said, though. The mentality is the grind, gotta go, that you don't take the time for, like, the amount of guilt that American would probably feel to live in Spain and have a siesta. Someone else is going to be like, oh, no, I don't take the siesta. I'd just rather keep working so I can get ahead of the next person and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not what that culture is about. Like, the culture is about the enjoyment, like you're also talking about.
Yeah. Well, no, I just think, to tie back into what I was saying earlier, it's like, not that I've done the biggest things in the world, but like, there's never been a material thing that I got that made me happy. They're like, I have a cool house, I have a cool car, whatever. Like that, I don't care about it. Like I would much, like I said, I gave away all my clothes. You know, it's like any materialistic things. I think once you detach yourself from them, you realize that the real happiness is in the journey and the experience. There is no end goal for me anymore. It's just like, how can I live the best, most happy life, and how can I give as much value to the world as I possibly can?
That's so good. That's so good. And you did talk about giving your clothes off, but giving your clothes off.
Giving my clothes off. Come on. Give me a beat.
Nah, hey.
No, I'm just
The podcast is changing yet again.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord. Am I blushing? I'm blushing.
I'm
Can
gonna
you
pull
tell?
my feet out.
There's so many things no one's going to understand just
So
went
many
down
inside
right
jokes.
now. Clothes away. You
Yeah.
gave your clothes away. So just what was that all about?
So I gave away all my clothes. I'm trying to think why I even started, why that thought even came into my head. I think I was just decluttering everything in my life, I think, at that point. And so I was like, yo, I have so many clothes. And I don't know. I guess I just had a moment of where I was like, yo, I really don't care.
That's crazy.
And so.
The shoes too?
No, not the shoes. Shoes as well.
He said, exception. I'll keep my shoe
Except
closet.
shoes. But look, you see me, I'm on a podcast and I have on these $10
because they're
slides.
so comfortable.
Mad
Do we
comfortable.
not? We have to link it. You need these shoes.
Shout out my homie Michael Manelli.
Yes.
Sent me these. But yeah, I gave away all my clothes and it feels great. I don't have to I pull from the back of my closet every day and just put on whatever shirt's back there. And it's either a piece of merch from me or a piece of merch from one of the artists I manage or, yeah, that's it.
Which you're wearing here today.
Which I'm wearing, yeah. This was the one up today.
So
it happens to be your boy.
Yeah, tell us about that collab and how when I first heard of you is because of music that you were doing and with collaboration with the Suns, correct?
Okay, dope. Yeah.
You did like a music video. It was back,
The
we're
intro.
talking about, back in the day, 2015. 16? Am I right?
This would have been 17, right when I moved back to Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were working with Jake.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a huge Suns fan, so it caught my eye. And then you ended up with shirts.
Yeah. So the first business I started outside of music was a company called Sheesh World, which was a clothing line. And so we started this clothing line, and we were in 75 retail stores, including Zoomies. And we had a meeting. Funny story, actually. I did a piece of merch that looked just like the Sun stuff. It was like their logo, but it just said Futuristic, had my name on it, whatever. They sent me a cease and desist.
Ooh,
Then
I like that.
Then they emailed me and were like, we want to have a meeting. And I'm like, oh, this is a setup. But then when I got to the meeting, they're like, we want you to be our brand ambassador. And I'm like, y'all just sent me a cease and desist. And the next day.
That is so good.
And they're like, we didn't even know that we sent that. So obviously 2 different departments. So anyways, pulled up to the meeting. And so, yeah, we just kind of came up with the deal of cool, I'm going to do the intro music. I'm going to do this many meet and greets throughout the season. And you guys are going to carry Sheesh World. And we'll make exclusive collab pieces for the Sun Shop. So, we did that. This was one of them. So this is from 2017.
That's so cool.
And then got tie-dyed at some point. They weren't normally tie-dyed.
Love it.
But then I collabed with this company called Tie Dye Company, and we tie-dyed it after.
That's dope.
So yeah, all Arizona things.
I love that because when did you come here in Arizona?
So I moved here when I was 14, 15. So that would have been 2007, 2007. Okay. And then I moved to LA and then moved back here in 2017.
Never a Laker fan. Only a Kobe fan, right?
Kobe fan. Yeah. Kobe and Shaq those days. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I mean, every Suns fan did not like those days, but yes.
For sure.
I understand.
Yeah. I used to go to Suns games to watch Kobe.
I respected. But growing up as a Suns fan, we hated Kobe.
Damn. That's
and I
crazy.
think in 2007, that's when we beat them round 1 of the playoffs. I want to say, if my memory, it was a great moment.
Might be.
We won by a lot in game 6 or 7. Anyways, but being a fan of the Phoenix Suns, right, and being able to collab with them, what was that moment like in a new avenue for you? Because it wasn't the music game at that point.
It's one of those things that while it's happening, it's just it's like I'm doing my job, right? And then I always try to put things into perspective, yo, tell your 5-year-old self this. Show your 5-year-old self, your clothes in the store, you and Devin Booker recreating the Michael Jordan Spike Lee commercial and your song on the Jumbotron and you sitting courtside. Just show that picture to your 5-year-old self with no context and, you're going to say, yo, I made it. What? This is what my life's going to be? And it's so crazy in the rat race, right? It's just like it's a job, but then that's how I always kind of see gratitude. Is like, yo, tell your 5-year-old self this.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I could do that to myself a few times over.
Yeah.
Tell your 5-year-old self this, Nicholas. Little
Yeah.
Nico,
You
little
know,
Nico,
when
you
you're
are
going to school and they're telling you about the jobs you could have, and you could be a policeman or a firefighter, and you had your dream, and like show yourself, like even like your wife, your husband, whatever, like, yo, show a picture to your 5-year-old or maybe 10-year-old self, you know,
Right.
your wife, and it's like, oh, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot, man, we did it.
Yes.
You know, so I try to think of those things. Yeah. But that was probably once again, that was in my season of starting to enjoy life. So like I was just grateful.
What a way to enjoy life. Again, you're just doing what you love, and then boom, these opportunities come. Obviously, because of the hard work there's a lot of respect on your name that you built up at that point. But I mean, what a dream.
Yeah, mad cool. Shout out to the Suns. That was a really dope year. It was Book's rookie year, so like I said, I did commercials and posters and everything with Book, and did everything in the store, and it was super dope.
That's cool. And did a lot of the
we
players
sucked,
at the time?
though. Let's
not bring up that.
Let's keep it a buck. Y'all were buns. Because it wasn't we
Don't
at that
bring
point
up
yet.
that.
I became we that season. When it was me and the other 8 people that were at the game. You know what I'm saying? It was very easy for them to give me season tickets, you know, because there was only 12 people going.
I want to say we had we started working with the Suns in 2018, because I remember walking through like the team shop, and there was some like very, very like illustrative type art, like what's on your shirt, and I was like, who is this? And Mike was like, this is Futuristic. He's like local artist and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this stuff's kind of cool. Why every time we present fun things, they don't seem to want them, but this is super fun.
I'll tell you, everything with any big corporation is just so tough to get through the yellow tape. So tough. I'm like, fam, I pitched so many ideas that they're like, yeah, we want to work with the young kid. We want to do all this stuff. And it's just like, there's just so much yellow tape to get through. The rollout plan I had for Ayton's rookie career and rookie year.
Yeah. Your stuff definitely stood out at the time that we were in there. I want to say, like I said, I think that was 2018.
And it
is
sold.
when we had kind of like originally started working with them and stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome to hear that it sold too.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it did well. It was cool.
So are you a big part of like the art behind it as well? Like, do you do everything?
Yeah,
or what does that look like?
Me, Ryan, and this dude Ruben at the time who was doing it. Ryan, who owns Guest List. If you guys haven't had him on the pod, you should definitely have him up. He owns Guest List. He owns a print shop, soul food spot. He owns a bunch of stuff. Everybody knows Ryan. But yeah, he was my partner with Sheesh World, so we would sit down and design everything with this dude Ruben, and yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But you obviously didn't grow up like drawing or doing anything like that. So it's more like a vision.
It was a vision that I'm like, hey, can you do this? I want it to be this. Yeah, I'm that guy.
You have the artistic hand.
The backseat driver that everybody had. I'm standing over his shoulder at the computer. Oh yeah, but can you
that different shade of purple.
Exactly.
Those people are the best.
Yeah. He knows.
So you have Indie Amplify, support the homies management.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's you supporting the homies in the industry. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even want to pronounce this.
Kadani Homes.
Kadani. Kadani Homes. That's your real estate?
Yeah.
I'm really tying things together here. And then Adventures. Let's
if you
talk
ever
about
need to go on an adventure. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
I love that I pronounced it right. Adventures. Tell me about some adventures.
Okay, so basically everything that I do is based, around the music industry for the most part. So adventures. Basically there's kind of like a gap in vehicles for touring, right? So there's like, you can rent a tour bus and it might cost you like $60,000, let's just say, for a month. If you rent this thing called a bandwagon, it'll cost you like 40. So I bought an RV and I rent that for like 20. And then I also have 2 vans that rent for less than that. So basically it's the LLC to where I can provide cheaper vehicles to artists when they go out on tour. And when they go on an adventure.
Adventures.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at this list. I feel like you're a true businessman at heart here, because you are filling in the gaps of where there's like need.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
That's what a entrepreneur is. They see
for sure
where the issue is, the problem, they have a solution for it.
It's really like, it's like if you're in an industry and you're doing well, it's like, damn, well, what's missing in my industry? Let me be that thing.
Let me find the answer. So let's go down here. Indie Amplify.
Indie Amplify is my biggest undertaking, the most time, the biggest thing, biggest following outside of the Futuristic brand. And it is basically a la carte label services to artists, the one-stop shop for independent artists. You can get features, music reviews, consulting, influencers to do stuff to your music. You can get contract templates, literally everything that you would need to succeed in the music industry. And that kind of just came about because I made it as an independent artist. I never signed a record deal. And back then it was kind of rare for people to get to kind of the level I was at without signing a record deal. So I kind of just became the spokesperson of staying independent and what that looked like. So then bigger artists would be hitting me up, yo, link me with this, or how did you do this? You know, people get out of their record deals and be like, how do you get your song playlisted? Or like, how do you get on YouTube reaction channels? And so I'm just connecting people. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need a fee.
Dang.
Cause I'm doing a lot. So I just made a site where basically it's like buying a t-shirt. So like if you wanted to get me or any other artist on your song, you just go there, you click on their picture, and then you check a box, like if you were checking large, you know, and it's like, oh, you want the prioritized shipping. You're like, oh, you want me to shoot a music video? Click that. You want me to post it on my Instagram story? Click that. You want me to post it on my Facebook? Post that. Wow. And then it gives you the total and you check out, and the artist has 30 days to return it.
Similar to state48.com.
Boom. State48.com. Get your shirts made at state48.com.
Clip that.
Appreciate that.
We need that commercial break there. That's going to forever be in our podcast now, just as like the...
There we go.
Like
the best collab tees in Arizona. State 48. Come on, I'm trying to get a new job.
Yeah, there you go.
Now he's going to have a voiceover job.
Oh, that's on the list. I want to do cartoon voices and stuff like that.
I was just going to ask you, what's the future for Futuristic?
Yeah, I think Kadani Homes, the real estate. Real estate is cool because it's like you kind of set it and forget it. You hire a property management company and just rent out homes, and it's like, yeah, so I do that. I just want to free up my time so I could spend time with my son. Mm-hmm. My sons. I have two now.
Sons.
Yeah.
Is one of them named Kadani?
One of them is Cadence and one's Kiani.
Boom. I knew there was something here. I'm just
Kadani Homes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now I just can't have no more because then I got to change the name of the business.
Yeah. LLC, underwriting, all the things.
I'm currently trying to muster up the courage to go in and...
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast, yeah. Drop your vasectomy recommendations in the comments.
I can give you my husband's card because after baby number 3.
Yeah, I'm done it too.
I said book that.
I'm not trying to be outnumbered. But yeah, the future for me is really, I love the management and I love just having free time to do as I wish. So I love managing artists, and it's kind of like, to support the homies, I guess the one that we didn't touch on is management. Mm-hmm. And it's so cool. Indie is cool. Indie Amplify is cool because it's like it can help so many people, right? But like as far as like my time, support the homies started because I had homies that were very talented that just weren't doing the right things in the music industry. And I was like, bro, you should be way bigger than this. And from going in and managing and being hands-on and, you know, being on the phone with them every day and letting them learn from all my mistakes and kind of teaching them the game. It's like all of them have.
So it's more one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, exponentially just, it's full management. So it's super cool. And I think at the end of the day, I'll be looked at more for my education and my management skills than me ever being an artist.
Wow. But that's your imprint.
Yeah.
Because you get to actually help make an impact, a direct impact. Yeah. Rather than just knowing you're not being played. Yeah. By someone that you don't know, you know where your impact is, which is really cool.
Facts. And see, that's a goal that changed, right? It's like I want to be the biggest rapper, and now it's like I'd rather be known as like the business guy that helped the artist get on.
Well, you're doing it.
Thank you.
Again, I had to have a list here, a full-on list here to be like, hey, let me make sure I hit on all this.
We do the things.
You're doing all the things.
On top of the fact that little not known information by a lot of people yet, I believe you're going to join us on our Entrepreneur Speaker Series. For a foundation later this year.
He's like, I am?
Yes, I am.
I believe.
September 13th.
There you go, in the fall.
You heard it here first. Oh,
so if you want to hear
let's launch the shirt there.
Oh, hey.
That's a great idea.
Make sure you're happy in real life, not just on the internet. Collaboration tee with State 48 coming September 13th.
Entrepreneur Speaker Series with the State 48 Foundation.
Boom.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to try to do a
great.
voiceover.
All
I'm
that
just
type
here.
of stuff, though. But yeah, thank you. I mean, again, hearing this long list of stuff, that's awesome that you're, willing to be a part of that too. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
As a board member myself. So.
Appreciate the invite. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks for coming on our podcast.
Thanks for having me.
We have to do it again because there's just so much there.
Season 5. You got to take a season off, right?
Okay, we'll take it one break.
Well, how many people do you have on a season?
Like 12.
12? Okay. I could do season 4.
Okay.
Episode 8.
We'll call your people. Episode
I'm futuristic. 8. I got to speak it into existence.
Hey, there you
Kobe.
go.
I get it. I saw that. Shoe him. Okay. Well,
Boom.
Thank you so much for your time. Can't wait for the collab.
Appreciate
we'll see you next time.
See y'all.
Bye.
Sheesh.